Okay, we're back, crafters, and we got our sewer tiles. Are dry. They look great. And what we're going to do now, we're going to build us some little accessories to go with the whole thing, to round it all off, to top it all off. The first thing we're going to do is take these grates. These are some plastic. Oh, I don't know if they're for sewing, and I've cut them down to size, and I'm going to make them as a grate bridge, iron grate bridge across that will fit across this piece here on the tiles, and it'll be a bridge. And what we're going to do now is we're going to paint it our steel gray and our rusted pipe color to give it kind of the color of gray uh, of an old rusted iron grate. So let me get my paintbrush here. We're just finishing things up. This is not something you have to do. I'm doing it because I just like a little accessories to go with it. And don't need a whole lot of steel gray paint. This is steel gray. And all I'm doing is just painting up the grate. I think these are used, this plastic pieces are used for sewing or something. I got it at a thrift store, a whole bag of these stuff, of these plastic kind of like, we'll just paint that steel, of this plastic grid like stuff. I have no idea what to call it. It's going to make some great metal bridges, rusted iron bridges to go with the set. Okay, we're going to let that dry. I need to paint one side. Let's set that off for a little bit and let it dry before I add the rest to it. Now, the next thing we're going to build, this is a simple build. We're going to build this ladder that'll butt up against the tile like that. And they'll represent going up, or they can go up into the street level or up to a building like the tavern or whatever with these metal ladders. And we're going to paint them. We're going to build them first. And these are built, believe it or not, these are built out of hair roller inserts. You buy these for Dollar Tree. These hair curlers, hair rollers. And what you want to do is you want to cut the ladder piece out of there, which is what I've already done here. I already made one. And it cuts real easy with the scissors. Let me show you how it works. You can use this for all your type of metal ladders too. There we go. See that, man? That cuts right out, and it looks like a metal ladder. And what we're going to do is, these are some, I don't know, some building blocks I got, and out of a block set. And I like to use this. Let me move this off of here. Another Dollar Tree stuff that I like to use is this real thin. I guess it's for coffee placemats. It's a real thin plastic. You can use also like cereal box cardboard, but I'm going to use it for this. I've been painting on it, so it's not. I'm going to use it for this to make the base piece that slides under the tile like this. See that? It slides under the tile. So so you can make your look like your ladder is going up or down, descending. Or so I'm just going to cut me a piece of this. We've cut out our ladder piece. Like I said, this is just optional things, accessories that you can build for your, and I'm just eyeballing it. Get my hot glue gun, and we'll make us a ladder that you want a ladder going up, and you want a ladder where they climb down one ladder and up the other. So I'm making 2 ladders, showing you how it's done. I got my hot glue gun. So putting that piece right there. And then I'm trying to not make a blooper here, but it looks like it's gonna. And then I'm gonna put the ladder right there for that. You see the ladder? There you go. And that's how that's going to fit on there. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to paint this all black. And I got 2 of them to paint. Grab my paintbrush here. I think I got some of that. I'm just going to paint it all black here. Give it a base paint. And then we'll paint it when it dries. This, like I said, this is totally optional. You do not have to add this if you don't want to. There's 1. And I use this, I guess, as a coffee placemat too. I like to paint on it too. Lord knows I've got paint all over my cutting board, so. There we go. And we will just let these 2 pieces dry. And paint them a rusted steel pipe color. Same thing we were doing with this. And put that off to the side. And let those dry. We'll have some ladders for our and now what I want to do, let me move this off to the side, is I want to create a hole in the wall where, using a couple pieces of foam board, using my little plastic coffee mat, and a couple of these blocks, I'm going to build a collapsed part of the wall where that butts up against these tiles too, just like the ladders does, to show where, I don't know, it goes back to the monster's lair or whatever. And we're going to do that. We're going to make it offset brick. Let me even this out. Just cut. Like I said, there's no script. You're watching me craft as I'm going along. So it's like, okay, I'm doing this and I'm going to do that. So I want a wall section for my, I'm just drawing the bricks the same way that I drew them before. for the drain wall. For the drain wall. And hopefully you can see me doing it. I'm drawing the offset bricks like I did. But we're going to do a little different feature with this one. I'm just eyeballing it real quick. Okay. That should do it. Check. Yes. All right. We are going to make the bricks just like we did with the drain wall. Offset them. But we're going to do a little something different. We're going to make this wall look like it's collapsed. Like the rat man poured out of it. Or the zombies. Or whatever you want for your sewer tiles. And I really don't need to draw this many bricks because I'm going to be cutting a piece of them out, but gives me an idea where to cut at. Okay, I've drawn the brick wall, and I'm going to cut some of it out with my X-Acto knife. Here it is. I like having everything nearby. So, let's, I want to cut a hole kind of like this out. Do you see that? I've cut the, where I want the hole to be, out. And what I'm going to do is take my X-Acto knife and I'm going to cut it hopefully this is going to work. Doesn't have to be perfectly on the line I drew, because I want to kind of like to have the bricks. See if I'm able to do this. I'm just going to pop it out of there. You'll get the idea. There we go. And see, I'm just popping the bricks out of there where the hole is, where I want my rat man or whatever to come out of there. Voila. And see, this is going to be like a broken brick wall. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue it to this other, to strengthen it, this other foam board piece. I can trim it up. And go ahead and cut this out. Get my hand out of the way so you can see what I'm doing. There you go, gang. Look at that. And I'm going to glue it to a little piece of that coffee placemat that I have. I'm going to put these blocks down there to strengthen it. Here we go. We'll just see what we can do here. Yes, I'm freehanding it. I'm just making this up as I go along because I'm crafting. This is what I do. So I made two kind of stone buttresses there for this piece. And I'm going to glue this. Okay, that is what I'm making. You see that? And that will go, that will make it look like there's a broken piece of the wall. And it'll slide in there like that. As a matter of fact, I'm just going to go ahead and freaking paint it. I mean, paint the base coat on it. Just like I did the ladders and the... Since I have my black paint ready to go, my black wash ready to go, building the little accessories, to me, that's kind of like the fun part of everything. You know, when you were a kid, when I was a kid, let me get my little... I used to love getting play sets that had the cowboy and Indian play set, and that everything in there for you to play, to spark your imagination. So a lot of times when I'm doing crafting, I go back to those days and I think, well, you know, I'd like to have this piece for the... If I want a broken wall for the rat man to pour out of, I wanted. In the adventure I ran, the ratling's lair was on the other side of this broken wall in the sewer, and they chased it down. Sorry, I'm reaching across the camera there because I have a little bowl of black paint right there, and I didn't even move it into. But they chased the ratmen through the sewers till they got to the broken piece of the wall. Oh, I better paint that side. Here, let me move the paint over here so I'm just afraid I'm going to knock that over while I'm on camera and spill blank paint all over me, which would be a blooper in itself, but it'd be funny, but I already get black paint all over me when I paint. All right. It's not, when it dries, we'll paint it up. And that'll be our broken wall piece. And I'm going to go ahead and paint all this stuff up, and then I'll have it ready. And the next video, we're going to see what this all looks like on the game table. Bye for now. I'll see you on the flip side.